Good morning. I was not going to make a video this morning because I'm headed to court this morning, but I woke up real early and I couldn't sleep. And like I said, I wasn't going to make the video because I thought, well, you know, my energy might be off because I'm a little bit nervous. But I decided this is just what I need. Because believe it or not, these videos help me as much as they help everybody else, because it really does help to ground me and center me. This is going to be the fire signs reading, and I would like to remind everybody that next week there will not be any videos. This week I'm just making the 5. I already got 2 done on making the fire, the air, and the earth still. So I am being guided to use this deck right here, and I'll pull 6 cards, or 6 tarot, and then I'll pull clarifiers as I go. Once I'm not actually in my pajamas making videos. I probably won't be doing many personal readings because I have a really big festival. I'm getting ready to get into my festival season, and I've got a lot going on. A lot. So if you guys could send me some love and light, I would appreciate it, because like I said, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, and I have said before that when you are on a journey of spiritual awakening, it can get real messy. This is not to be confused with religion. Well, that one wanted to come out. Where people are fake perfect and judgmental. I'm just saying, if I've been involved in like several different religions, and I mean, if you can prove me otherwise, then I mean, I know that, I'm making a general statement that everybody is not like that, but I know I've not had the best experience with it. But with the spiritual awakening, everything gets turned over. Your whole life gets turned upside down. I know a 20-year marriage ended. My family left me. I lost 2 jobs. I'm fighting this legal case now where I'm, fighting for, my rights. So, but it's all being divinely guided, and I have said this before, don't resist what's happening, because if you resist, or if you even try to create stories around it, you're creating scenarios. So I'm just trying to keep a blank Etch-a-Sketch slate right now for the universe to come in and to create it in the most perfect way. So everything is happening for my highest good. A lot of times I have people come in and they comment, if I make a video and they're like, easy for you to say, I've got this, that, or whatever else going on. Well, I've got some pretty heavy shit going on too. So when I say it, I'm living it also. So you can believe that. We have the Death card. So certain things had to end for you. And the reason why certain things had to end for you is because they were not for you. Think about, and I feel like this has to do with even the endings of some relationships that you've had. Maybe they started off in the beginning, you were like, yes, this is it. I finally found the one. And in no time at all, it turned out to be the relationship from hell. And the reason why I am getting that sorry, I'm much taller than this, but this table's so short. The reason why I'm getting that has happened is because of your fears. I feel like you ran away from something that was a real connection, for something safe. And then that something so-called safe ended up being the exact relationship you were scared to get in to begin with. That was the irony of it all. And the reason why that happened was to teach you and to show you. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this, and I do tell people that I'm not the best with the chakra system, so if we get a chakra card, I might have to just pull another one because this is my energy oracle deck, and the last time I spoke on a chakra, I got the chakra wrong, and somebody had to comment me. I looked real ignorant just because that's not really my specialty. My special area is past lives and twin flames. Good, no chakra card. So we have the victory card to clarify this death card. And even though you had these situations, and this could even have been a job that didn't serve you, I'm just really getting that whole, you're trying to play it safe. And I believe this came up in the Sagittarius reading as well. Really scared of change, really just want to keep the status quo, even though you're being guided to something different. That is the message that's coming in with this card. But you will have victory, because once again, don't judge everything that's happened. You might be like, oh, it's a mistake. You know, all these were mistakes. I let somebody go who was more suited for me out of fear. And I ended up being with somebody who, you know, was just really out there and really not very centered or stable. I'm not judging. Karmic situations can be very messy. And a lot of times these karmic soulmates, these karmic situations come into our lives to teach us and to prepare us. And I am feeling that this other person is going to return to your life. And you're going to be ready this time because you had all of these other situations. Because there are no mistakes as long as you learn from them. This is something that I've learned because, like I said, all of these things happen in order for you to face certain aspects of yourself. And that's the energy that I'm getting here. Alchemy. Alchemy is all about converting fears into love. And how do you convert fears into love? How do you transmute them? Because that's what you do with alchemy. You transmute. And I used to hear this all the time in spiritual circles, but nobody would tell me how. I'm like, how do you transmute? Well, my spirit guides, my spiritual guidance taught me how to do this myself. And what it is looking at a situation in a different way, a higher vibrational way. So, like, for example, you know, I got fired from my job and ended up with this whole legal case that they charged me with. And I could look at it like, God, this is just horrible, you know, I'll never work again in this town. Which, you know, I really don't want to anyway. I'm free from the matrix. And yay, that was one way of looking at it. You know, I get to work for myself, set my own hours. It's been wonderful. It's been so liberating. The other thing is I really was able to face aspects of myself that I did not know were there. And really release a cycle I had been stuck in. And it ended up being an ancestral pattern as well in a lot of ways. And so when I did this, I looked at it in a higher vibrational way. And instead of judging myself and feeling like I'm just such a failure, I'm such a fuck up, screw up, you know, I accepted that about myself, and I loved that about myself anyway. Because acceptance is the key to change. That's the other message that's coming in. I know, like with my divine partner, for instance, I've had to learn how to love him in spite of his flaws. And you know, not a lot of people will do that. If you have somebody who will do that, who isn't trying to change you, who isn't trying to put you down or talk bad about you, that's worth more than gold. Hold on to that person. The Ancestors card has been a theme lately, and this is what I was talking about, clearing ancestral patterns. And so a lot of what's coming up for you now is for you to really take a look at patterns that your family's been stuck in. And this can be self-limiting beliefs. And really a lot of what has been coming up has been the way we see the opposite sex. I know I was raised in a very matriarchal family, and I was raised that men cheat, men lie, men just are just no fucking good. Make sure you never depend on one or count on one. Just never do it, because you know what? No sooner than you do, they're going to run out on you. So, it could be something like this, or, you could be a man. You've always been taught that, women are, cunning, conniving, harlots, this type of energy. And so this is really playing in the background. And this is really limiting the universe from bringing in what you want right now. I know I had to clear out a lot of self-limiting beliefs that I had around men, because what you believe to be true is what you align to and what you create and what you attract. So if you believe it, you're creating it, especially, because a lot of these things are playing in the subconscious, in your shadow side, which is why shit has to hit the fan sometimes in order for you to see it. We have the Empress card, and the Empress is all about being empowered. It's all about taking, and this could be the Emperor if you're a man watching this. And how do you become empowered? You take your power back from others. You realize that your fate is not at the hands of luck or spinning a wheel. You are actually creating it. You have all the power. I've always had a very complicated relationship with God, and it just did not resonate with me that God was this judgmental old white man in the sky who would withhold love, acceptance, validation, if I did not follow all of his very, very strict rules and restrictions. I've done a lot of channeling lately, and I've come to see God as more of energy, because we're all energy. So it is true. It is true that we come from energy. If we're energy, then our Creator must be energy, and it's almost like we broke off from him or her or it. And so with that being said, we have that co-creative ability where we can create as well, and we can also recharge by connecting to our source energy whenever we need to. And that source energy is pure love, not that conditional bullshit where if you do this, that tit for tat, or if you don't do that, guess what? I'm just not going to love you anymore. And this is where humans got their whole concept of love from. It's from this bullshit idea that God can only love us if we meet the conditions, if we meet the requirements. And then we apply that with our romantic situations. And so I do feel like that's been a big factor for you. That whole set of self-limiting beliefs that if this person does not meet your requirements, maybe they don't look the way or act the way or fit into the box or the category that you thought they were going to. Maybe they're not perfect. You're looking for someone perfect, but in looking for someone perfect, you have found people who presented themselves as perfect, as that perfect image. But it came crashing down, and when it came crashing down, you realize that the person who really is for you, that you really are aligned with, is that imperfect person who didn't fit into that category or those labels that you had to begin with. And that's very conditional. But you're now learning what love is, what real love is. And that is loving without conditions. I need to put my glasses on. The Maven, shining hope in future. So not only do you have the victory card, but you have the shining hope in future card. But you have to put down the judgment. in the conditions and the restrictions and go with the flow. Because you yourself don't like to be judged. You don't like it when people judge you. You don't like it when people point out your flaws. So be very careful when you point the finger at other people. And like I said, I do feel like your soulmate or significant other, your divine other, divine partner, twin flame. If you're on a twin flame journey, check out my twin flame videos because I don't make them like anybody else does. That they're going to look different than what you expect them to. And there's a lot of self-limiting beliefs, and I believe it really not only has to do with how you view gender, the opposite sex, but religion. True spiritual, mental, and emotional growth comes when you can question the beliefs and the traditions around your family. Because maybe they don't resonate with you anymore, but you feel like you are the keeper. You're the keeper of those beliefs. And the message coming through from Spirit is that release that shit. Release it. We have the Two of C's. This card here is all about love. This isn't a union of two people, which I do feel like is coming for you. This union is coming. But you need to stop running from it. You need to stop looking for this in other places. Because you've already found the partner which you've been seeking. What a beautiful message. I'm going to pull an romance angel card. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So basically the message that I'm getting is that you're kind of at a standstill because, you feel like all the conditions have to be perfect in order for you to be in this union. And the message that's coming through from Spirit is that this person loves you in spite of what you have or what you don't have. This is not a physical connection. This is a spiritual connection. Therefore, it does not even involve finances. I mean, you can live with somebody, be with somebody, and not be financially set or financially stable, and that person's still going to love you just as much. And the other message that's coming through is that once you're in alignment with love, money will flow. Because love and money are the same energetic frequency. And so basically you're kind of doing shit backwards. Okay, I need to make enough money to be with this person because really what it is you've been running from this person because you felt like they did not meet your expectations. But really the truth is, if you really look at yourself, it was your own insecurities and doubts, and you were scared that you were not good enough for this person. So you've been working and working so that you could prove yourself. At the same time, kind of lying to yourself that this person is not good enough for you, but you really feel like you're not good enough for them. But the truth is that money and finances and abundance will flow once you're together, for the simple fact that you will have cleared those blocks together. I know I'm always talking about doing it on your own and whatnot, but I mean, there's a lot going on right here as far as this union between you and this other person, and you feeling like you're not good enough, and you're good enough just like you are. So just like I said, to stop judging this person, stop judging your own self, stop limiting yourself. We have the Three of Earth works. And so once again, I do feel like this goes with that finance card. Because this is an earth energy, a physical energy, so you are feeling like you need to somehow earn this person's love. And once again, that goes back to your religious beliefs. which no longer serve you. So take a look at them. You've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. So once again, take back your power, because you are the one creating your reality by what you believe to be true. So if you believe that you are this person, that there are blocks or things standing in the way of you being with them, that is you. That is what you are creating in your mind. And once again, you're kind of giving your power away to fate, to spinning that wheel of fate, like to luck, okay? Or to, once again, to religion, and I'm not taking away from having a higher power. But like I said, God is energy and we're energy. And we have that same power that God gave us to create. So stop giving your power away to your God or your religion or to fate or to luck or whatever it is. You have got the power. Step into it. We've got that Empress card, which can also be the Emperor card. So I feel like this is also clarifying that card. And you don't have to do anything to earn anybody's love. This is not a physical connection. You have known each other before in past lives. And everything that's played out between the two of you was here to serve you. We have the High Priestess card. And once again, this is that God or Goddess energy. I've been channeling a lot lately, and the information that I had channeled about gods and goddesses is that, and I'm always saying that we're divine beings having human experiences. We are all gods and goddesses in human form. We all have powers. Did I just wake up a year ago and be like, oh, I can read tarot cards? No. I have always had these gifts, but we are gods and goddesses with amnesia. And sometimes something or someone comes along as a catalyst to wake us up to this. And that is what that person has done for you. Woke you up to your true self, to your authentic self, to the God and Goddess within. I am being divinely guided to pull one of these Heart Oracle cards. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So not only do we have that victory card, but we have a new beginnings, because remember we have the death card? The death card being clarified by the victory. Well, I feel like this new beginnings is also clarifying the death card. Yes, you've made some choices and some people who turned out not to be for you. But once again, the message that's coming through is that this person that you're connected by the soul to is going to forgive you. If you've ever been concerned about that, they're going to forgive you, and they understand. And you're going to have a new chance, a fresh start, a new beginning with them. And I'm getting that it's going to be very, very positive. But you really have to remember who you are and not who you're not, who you're trying to be. This is who you're trying to be. This is who you are. And you have to wake up to that and remember that. And that is the beauty in the situation. The other clarity that I received about gods and goddesses, because I was like, okay, we've got all these gods and goddesses that we've read about. I'm very connected to King Neptune, as I have a Lemurian past. I was a mermaid in Lemuria. It's one of my past lives. I'm aware of several past lives. And once you're aware of past lives, it just makes your spiritual journey so much more interesting. Were these gods and goddesses real? Yes, they were, because they were just like us. They were gods and goddesses in human form who woke up from their amnesia, who practiced their powers, and these things were recorded. And understand we're all experiencing our very own version of reality also. I'm very careful with what I take in on the news because I have said this before. The news is very matrix. And yes, we are these gods and goddesses simulating through our minds by what we believe to be true, our reality. And the news is nothing more than the matrix. And the media really does manipulate us. So be very careful what you take in when you watch the news or really anything on television. I've even been guided to, I'm trying. Social media is so addictive. I've been really trying to spend less time on social media, but I get caught up in it. Then before I know it, I'm in these lower 3D vibes again, and I'm upset and I don't know why. And the spiritual guidance that I've gotten is that's why I'm taking all that in. So do be mindful of what you take in. And if you guys can wish me some love and light as I go to court this morning. Like I said, I'm fighting a legal case right now. But I know that since it was here to serve me, to teach me, and to help me face certain aspects of myself and clear out, my beliefs and the cycles I was stuck in. I know that it's being divinely guided and I'll have a positive outcome. Dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to be. Feel the way you want to feel and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. Seeing things and seeing people a certain way. Very self-limiting. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so that you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender this attachment. Empty yourself so that you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better awaits, that something new will open up, and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you, loving you so much. And you guys saw me just pull this. Wasn't that amazing? I've been having a lot of synchronicities in my readings lately, and it really does make me feel good because I want to make sure that I give the best possible message, and that let me know that my messages were right on track. So thank you for watching, Fire Signs, and remember, there will not be any videos next week.